Good day to one and all. Hope you're all doing well. Today we are going to discuss about the poem The Beggar, which is written by Dr. Amangi Venugopal. Before starting the poem, let's discuss about its objective. The first objective here describes about the realities of our society. In our society, what kind of certain people are real sufferers we would like to know. We must have to understand who are the real sufferers and how we must have to emphasize in various ways so that they can get good identity in society. By this poem, we can relate ourselves and we can familiarize with those people who are having and striking an emotional shot with others. It also highlights the different poetic techniques like imagery and repetition. Amangi Venugopal, born in a tiny village, Alampalli, which is very much near to Hyderabad, on 28th of January 1948, soon after our India got independence, he born. Dr. Amangi Venugopal did his doctoral research in Osmania University, Hyderabad. So he has studied in Osmania University. A prolific writer as Dr. Amangi is. Prolific writer, here it means he has written different kinds of poetry which resembles the situations and the issues of the society. He has so far published 5 anthologies of poems, some playlets, many essays and 10 short stories. If we would like to talk about his work, we can see that he has written a number of poems and short stories. Not only the poems and short stories, he has written some playlets also. He also done as an translator of and an editor. In the newspapers, he used to translate too. The most important one in his introduction is he was the first recipient of the award instituted by the government of Telangana in honor of Kaloji Narayan Rao in 2015. So the main highlights that you can give for the examination purposes when he born, like you can write Dr. Amangi Venugopal, born in a tiny village Alampalli near Hyderabad on 28 Jan 1948. This one is the first point. And in the second one, Dr. Amangi Venugopal did his doctoral research in Osmania University, Hyderabad. Then you can come to the last one. He was a prolific writer. As Dr. Amangi Venugopal is, he has so far published 5 anthologies of poems. This much is more than enough. And then at last you can take the point. He is the first recipient of the award instituted by the government of Telangana in honor of Kaloji Narayana Rao in 2015. These are the main lines which you can highlight in your examination purpose. So, being a native person, Mr. Amangi Venugopal, here we are discussing about a poem, The Beggar. Firstly, it was written in Telugu by Dr. Amangi, but later it has been translated by Ilanaga. Ilanaga is the pen name of Dr. N. Surendra. In Telugu, the title of this poem was Bichagadu. Then afterwards, which has been translated by Ilanaga, he has given the name The Beggar. This poem discusses about the plea and the pathetic condition of farmers in our country, India. This poem consists of 16 lines and it depicts the difficulties, what kind of difficulties the farmer face while doing farming has been clearly mentioned in this poem, The Beggar. The use of imagery is fantastic in this poem, where you can understand and can highlight the struggle and suffering of a farmer. By this poem, we can understand the problem which faced by the farmers while doing farming, as well as we can get certain kind of emotion that how to support this kind of society which are serving us food. Let's have a look on poem which is having 16 lines. We can have a discussion line by line too. Let's go. Have you sighted anyone with shadows in his dusky eyes? Here in the first stanza, the poet want to awake some kind of reality in our society by asking some kind of question. The poet is asking us, the reader, do you have seen some kind of people who are having dusky eyes and shade in their means? The person who has done a lot of hard work and has none other than the dusky eyes. In his eyes, you can't see any of the brightness or the charm. It shows how much hard and tiresome the work he is doing. Have you sighted anyone? What does it mean? Have you seen somebody that they are having a dusky eyes? Means the eyes which are filled with pain. Have you seen this kind of people? Spotted anyone with hunchback holding some soil in hands that give life to earth? The next question is, spotted anyone? Do you have seen anyone who are just bent? What does it mean by hunchback? It means a bent, curled forward back, which shows us how much the hard work the person has done because of having their backs bent. How the backs have been bent? Because of lot of hard works they do in the whole day. Because of that reason, their backs has been bent. Do you have seen any kind of person, anyone that is having the hunchback, holding some soil in hands? These kind of people, do you have seen they are holding the soil in their hands and give life to earth? What they are doing, their profession is they are giving life to earth. So do you have seen this kind of people? Seen anybody leaving his blood tint footprints? Because of hard work, not using any kind of material which can make their work easier. Those were the days where the farmers don't have even new technology which right now at present we are using. In day-to-day world, we are seeing a number of good facilities which has been provided. But in the olden days, we are talking about 90s. In that years, if you have seen, most of the people, especially farmer, used to walk with barefoot. Because of that reason, their foods used to be blood tint because of their hard work. So, in the first stanza, we can see the agony and pain of the poet, which shows and highlights and emphasizes us to understand how the beggar means how the farmer is living his life. Have you seen this kind of people anywhere? There is a rising question in this poem. In the second stanza, the poet resembling the reader as brother. Brother, he is my farmer. A food giver he is. So who is the farmer actually? Farmer is the person who gives us food. Because of them, we are eating good amount of food at home. After their tiresome work, we are getting the food which we are buying from the market and we are using it without having the knowledge how much hard work is being before we get this food in our hand. With ability to mitigate the sky's hunger, farmers having the capacity not only to see the world but also they are mitigating the sky's hunger. What does it mean mitigating? Reducing, lessen, and they are satisfying the hunger of many. Right? His stomach is full of infinite void. In spite of they are providing food to a number of people, it is showing that they are with empty stomach. Even though they are providing the food to others, they are not able to get proper food for themselves and their family members. His stomach is full of finite void, means it is very much empty. His face replete with wretchedness. The face of the farmer showing the helplessness of themselves that they are serving the nation but they are not able to serve themselves. So the second stanza is a plea from the poet to the society that we must have to understand how much the valuable food we are getting by the people who are doing a lot of hard work in the field to provide us food, and how the pathetic condition they are living their lives in. The second stanza is all about how they are serving the nation. The third one is the last one. The seeds he sows sprouts as if they are his hands. After doing a lot of hard work, the farmers, when they sow the seeds, the poet resembling those seeds as the sprouts as if they are his hands, means how much importance is given to the seeds by the farmer. When you wanted to gobble hot rice meal, so in our society, in city, most of the people who are living in city, they are just gulping the hot rice meal whenever they are feeling hungry, and even they are wasting a lot of food too, as if they don't like any of the dish. What they will do, they will throw it out without having any sense that how much the hard work the farmers are doing, how much the hard work is behind these gobble of hot rice meal what we eat. We must have to realize that how it has been provided by some kind of people who are really the hard workers. At your threshold with severed hands, brother, he is my palmer. So, poet is asking the people to understand the value of food and farmers too. We are getting food with the cost of the hard work of the farmers, which is so precious one. We are not able to compensate by any means the hard work of those farmers. So one should understand the reality and importance of the farmer, and we must have to take good initiative to help them, to make them realize that how much they are important for our nation's development. Before finishing off the poem, let's see and have a look on the glossary, which will gives you the idea of those words which has been used in this poem. The first one is dusky, which means having a dark shade indicating tense pain. So dusky eyes means those eyes which resembling pain. Hunchback is a bent, curled forward back, means after doing a lot of hard work and having loads on the back, like the many of the bags of rice or like the bent grass, whatever they have the stuff, the farmers specially what they do, they will carry it on their backs. Because of that hard work, their backs will be bent, those called as the hunchback. Blood tinged, which means showing having marks of blood. Because of hard work and having bare foods, they will have feeds which are of blood tinged. Mitigate means we must have to reduce. Infinite means very great in amount without limits. So infinite means we are getting the food very much infinite, right? We are not having any amount of the limit, or without any limit we are getting it. Void is emptiness. The beggar, the farmer, is having empty stomach. Replete, fill to full. Sprout, to grow from a seed. Germinate. Gobble, eat hastily. Without having the knowledge that how much hard work they have done, we are eating the food. Threshold, entrance, the door of the gate of the house. So here is the poem, The Beggar, which is asking us and showing the plea of a farmer. We must have to respect the farmers and have to take good initiatives to help them out. And even what the rice, what the food we are giving, we must have to understand the value of it, and we must have to serve it in a better way. This is the moral of the poem. If you are talking about the palatable physical position of farmers, forms of an important part of the poem. Here they are showing in the first stanza how the farmer looks. In the second one, they are asking and giving us the idea about how the farmer is serving the society even though he is feeling hunger. In the third one, the last one but not the least, they are showing that they are giving much importance to the seeds and they are treating it as their own hands. But we are getting much very much easily that food, we are not giving any kind of interest or not even understanding the value of food, and we are gobble hot rice meal. So we must have to understand the importance of farmers as well as their hard work, so that they also get a good position in society, as well as we must have to respect the food. We must have to take the initiative to save it, not to throw food material, not even to waste a single seed of that. We must have to help out these farmers so that they will have a better life. They also should be with infinite food. Means they must have to get the food without any limit. They must have to serve in a better way in society. Thank you. Have a nice day. I hope this poem is very much clear to you all. Definitely we are going to discuss the next poem in our next video. Thank you.